Today we are going to be seeing what animals I can beat in a fight. Let's set a couple ground rules first. Number 1, I can only walk them down with the 2 poles. I'm unarmed, melee, default weapon. This is, my taunt, stuff like that. Weapon inspect. Number 2, I'm fighting them on their home turf. So there's no excuse. I don't want to give them a reason to have an excuse as to why they lost to yours truly, all right? Would I lose? Nah, I'd win. What I considered animals is that either they have existed, exist currently, or have been implied to exist. Okay! Let's go over the tiers. I get waxed. 0% chance of me winning. I probably lose. 25% chance of me winning, but most likely I get slimed. Stand my base. That's a 50-50. It goes either way. Nah, I'd win. It's a hard battle. 75% chance that I win, though. I absolutely demolish. One-way stompage. I don't lose. Let's go! Blue whale. This is my thing. You drop me into the ocean. I see a blue whale coming at me. What do they do to attack? Guys, you have to use your minds. They're gonna slap you with a fin. Too slow. I can swim. I'm a pretty fast swimmer. What are they gonna do? They're gonna eat you with their little, girl things. Okay, the second I'm inside of the mouth, that's where I do my best work. I'm working the inside of the mouth, right? I'm working that shit. And then he blows me out the blowhole, effectively admitting defeat. I think it's realistically a stalemate, so I'm going to say I stand at my base 50-50. Okay? Penguin! I've told you guys about the penguin. The penguin has that dog inside of it. It is a bird that cannot fly, and yet it has made a name for himself. If that is not the true meaning of what it means to go beyond, I don't know what is. It is the definition of the indomitable bird spirit, and you gotta respect it in competition. That being said, I absolutely demolished this. I don't see what... You know what? I'll say nah, I'd win because they got fighting spirit, but not enough to take me out. Are you sure about beating the penguin? Yes, easily. Penguins don't have bipedal predators, so it assumes humans are friends. And that'll be his undoing. You'd get arrested? Nah, I'd break out. An eagle's gonna dive at me. It's quick. That's the sound an eagle makes. I know. But an eagle dives, all you gotta do is grab that motherfucker and then just melee that motherfucker, okay? It depends on how lethal that first hit is, though. I'm gonna say I stand my base 50-50. Or I'd say I'm pretty sure I'd win. A peregrine falcon. Guys, the fastest animal on Earth. Hold on, fastest animal on Earth. Peregrine falcon, right there, as you can see. So, that being said, it is the definition of a speed feat. But its simplicity is the fact that it's restricted to one strike, the dive. And if it doesn't hit me in that dive, I'm sorry, it's the same story as the eagle. Nah, I'd win. All right? Nah, I'd win. Because that's the thing. All right, now we've got a centaur. It's like these hulkish motherfuckers, right? It's these big brolic dudes attached to a horse. I'm a bit afraid of these things. I'll be honest, Gianni Galluzzi fears no man who bleeds red. That is no man. That is a freakazoid of a thing. It could kick me. It could work me on the feet. On the off chance I find his chin, though, because because he's a human, if I hit the one punch KO, there's a potential to win. But can I reach? Of course, I'm 6'3". I'm gonna say I probably lose, though. I probably get fucking rinsed. Pigeon. Absolutely demolish. What the fuck is this? A mountain lion? God, these are scary. If I'm on a hike, I'm gonna assume I'm fighting these things yeah, I get waxed. Who am I kidding? Okay, a black bear. There's this old rhyme, right? Black, fight it. It sounds racist. I swear I did not come up with this. If it's brown, lay down. If it's white, good night. Or something to that effect. Black bears, they do a lot of this. They get on their feet. Black bear height. They're 5'7", standing up on their feet. I'm 6'3", 200 pounds of pure lean muscle. Did I mention I'm 6'3"? I could box this guy. I don't see what he has to offer. As far in the hands department. Okay, it's got claws. I could find its jaw. I think I stand my base. I could win against that. You scream at a black bear and yell, they run? Wait, so all I gotta do is just be all like, "Brr! Brr! Brr!" And I'm good to go? Fair. Duck. I absolutely demolish. Cheetah. They're quick as fuck. And they can bite me. And they could probably how much do they weigh? Are they more than 200 pounds of purely muscle? Cheetah, I saw one in person though, it was a small, 46 46 to 160 pounds, that's victim weight. Ooh, that's victim weights. But it's just how do you use that, right? How do you use that? There's some 155-pound fighters that could do some damage. Like, you did not mention Idiot Taporia. That's a 155-pound fighter. I probably lose. I want to give myself the benefit of the doubt. Cheetahs have anxiety? Okay, we can capitalize on that. Bat, I slime. Goldfish. You just dump the water. Like, if I'm fighting in their habitat, I'm fighting in an aquarium. I just dump the fucking water out. I win. A Griffin. Okay, this is where we get a little bit intense, right? This is where we get a little bit intense. A Griffin might pose a little bit of an issue. It's a damn eagle. It's got flight. It's got the power of a lion on its hind legs. It's got claws. I don't think there's two ways to say I'm fucked. I don't have an answer for that. Okay, we've got the chupacabra. They're pussy, if you ask me. They always pull up in the dead of night. They don't want problems. You know, like they appear in Hispanic countries. And it stands to reason that they would go at night because they don't want to mess with the Mexican fighting spirit. They don't want to even test that. So that means they have a weakness that I could exploit. Now, if they catch me lacking, which would be in the night, because again, this is their habitat, I say nah, I'd win. I think I can win against the chupacabra. What is this, a baboon? Smack it on the ass. I put the Griffin in absolutely demolish. I get waxed by the Griffin, my bad. I'd absolutely demolish. Okay, a grizzly bear. You might think, Gianni, you are fucked. I'm not going to hear you out. Guys, I could take out a grizzly bear. Let me say this. I could take out a grizzly bear with my own two hands. The amount of times I have simulated a fight against a grizzly bear, I would assume like any other man has, but except I take it seriously. I actually I feel like I am on a one-way track in my life to being in a one-on-one death match with my bare hands against a grizzly bear. I have prep time on this motherfucker. I don't care if I'm fighting him on his own turf, domain expansion, all that. I have a sure hit policy because I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to slip. Work the body, work the inside. Have we tested the grizzly bear's grappling? I'm not sure that we have. I'm going to get its back, rear naked choke. If I sing that motherfucker in, what's he doing realistically? Now, there is a chance that plan goes completely sideways. Mike Tyson once said, everyone has a plan until you get punched in the jaw. For that reason, I stand my base. Listen, I'll fucking stand, bro. I'm hitting the damn... Gianni can win, exactly. Has a grizzly bear beaten the Skylanders trap team Nuzlocke? No. Has a bear pulled up to the gym and bench 225 for reps? No. Bobcat! I demolish that motherfucker. It's little. It's literally a cat. It's just maybe a little bit more angry. Raccoon. I'm not worried about a raccoon unless it's of the rocket variety. Do you know what I mean? Like, unless he's pulling up with a full armory in terms of weaponry, I think he's the one safe. I think maybe there's like the unpredictability factor, but I'm pretty sure nah, I'd win, you know? There was a bear that survived getting hit by a train twice. Okay, but what happens when he gets hit 3 times with a 3-punch combination by Gianni Galluzzi? A toucan. I grab its beak and just fucking... Crab. I've literally... you know what? I would go so far as to say this. Even if I'm in the ocean in scuba gear, I would have picked this jit up, rip his legs off, and then in front of his family, eat his legs, and it would be absolutely delicious. And then the entirety of the crab, like, legion or whatever, they would fear me. And honestly, I would make them swear fealty to me so they could fight under the G-Force banner. I would. Gianni would outsmart the bear because he has never been hit by a train. Exactly. Chihuahua. Guys, it would be a foolish endeavor to underestimate the capability of a Chihuahua. Have you seen that devil in their eyes? We have never seen a Chihuahua fight with its life on the line when the world is at stake, or at least when it thinks so. We have not seen a Chihuahua. I have. I know what a Chihuahua possesses. That being said, I would absolutely demolish this motherfucker. It wouldn't do anything to me. Snake! This is just like a default snake. Again, even if it bites me, I don't think the poison sets in before I'm able to grab it and just rip it apart and drink the blood, because I'm feeling fucking primal today, all right? I'm feeling primal. Unless it just immediately grabs my throat. Oh, fuck, that would hurt. But couldn't I just... And I don't know if I could rip it out with one hand. All right, nah, I'd win. I'm pretty sure I'd win. Mosquito. This little blood-sucking mutts. Okay, in its domain expansion, does it have the amp of, like, HIV AIDS? Does the mosquito have HIV AIDS on deck? That's my question to you. How about demons? I was gonna bring angels and demons into it, but I don't know if I want to get religious. Malaria? Okay, I don't know what they have, but I'm pretty sure most cases I'd win. Even if the disease takes might affect on me later on. Blobfish. He's been looked down upon his entire life. He has been ridiculed. He's been made a fool out of. He has been disgraced, shamed, everything. And it's in that darkest hour where you cannot underestimate a man who has nothing left to lose. And for that reason, he would put up a fight of his life. Would he be successful in defeating the likes of Gianni, Galluzzi, world's strongest streamer? Absolutely fucking not. But it would be a fight. I'm gonna say nah, I'd win. You can't underestimate the fighting spirit of a man who's nothing left to lose. Blobfish don't look like that in a natural habitat? Wait, blobfish in water? Oh! He's kinda handsome. Lion, king of the jungle. Roar! Realistically, I can't find a way around this. I'm getting waxed. I don't have an answer. I don't have an answer. Okay, vampire. I want to suck your blood. Dude, they got like every superhuman feat. They can turn into bats. They're agile. They got super strength. They can bite me. For all intents and purposes, I'd probably lose. Unless if it's Mavis. No. That's where I gain the advantage. That's where I could be all like, yo, you look cute, so I thought I'd bat an eye. Get it? Because you a vampire? And then hit her with a little aura release. And then I win that fight. So listen, it depends on the vampire. I'm going to say I probably lose, though. Me versus a parrot. A parrot's not lethal in any form or fashion. They master in the art of rage bait. If I start talking a little bit of that shit and then they spew it back at me with their own little 2 cents, okay, yeah, it might piss me off a little bit, but it's all fun and games until I hit them with a left hook, 3-punch combination, and then they're knocked the fuck out and they offer nothing besides just, what are you gonna talk shit when you're knocked out? No, you're knocked out. I absolutely demolish. Godzilla! Again, guys, he's got a wide open body. Guys, you see a complete kaiju. I see a wide open body that he could work. Nobody works combinations to the body. And have we tested Godzilla's grappling? I'm not sure that we have. Okay? What happens when I got him in full guard? He's in deep waters. What if I take him to the 4th, 5th round? Have we seen his gas tank that far? No. I'm working the body. I got the eye of the tiger. That's also a boost. I got the indomitable human spirit. We did not account for that. I'm going to say nah, I'd win. There is a chance I just get instantly atomic breath. The Indominus Rex. I get waxed. I have no answer for the Indominus Rex. I'll be honest with you guys. Even in its own movie, none of the humans had an answer for it. They had to call in the help of another dinosaur to slime his ass out. They had to call in the Moses, how do you spell Mosasaurus? I'm not really familiar. I don't really be seeing these things on a regular. They had to call in the damn Mosasaurus in order to slime that fool out. I'd have no answer for him, I'm gonna be honest. Wait, do I have the amp of fighting for this girl though? Who's like the woman? What was her name? Am I fighting for redhead fighting shit? That might be the amp. You know what? I'll say this. I probably lose. On the off chance that she's in the vicinity, that would amp my abilities. Okay, a deer. Are they aggressive at all? What is a stag? It's like, that's the picture I use. I don't know. Okay, if they hit me with the antlers, maybe they got my ass, but I feel like all I gotta need is my mobility. I don't think they're that fast. I don't think they're that agile. Their stats aren't that great. In breeding season, yes. Dude, I'm only on my bare fist. I can't fucking beat that fool up. I can test his jaw. He's sticking his chin out. It's up to question. I'm pretty sure I'd win. I'm not worried about this. There's not like any sort of internal worry within me whenever I look at a stag. If it was Expecto Patronum, like from Harry Potter, okay, maybe we got an issue, but for the most part, I feel like I'm good. Pistol shrimp. It's a shrimp. Yeah, it's named Pistol. But what happens when I hit it with a gummo no pistol, and then it gets blown across all 7 seas? I wax this fool, low difficulty. And this is a low diff. I would demolish that fool. Okay, a minotaur. If I know the story, all you gotta do is solve a maze. Now, I might have to lock in for that maze, is what I'll say. I might have to lock in for that maze a little bit. I gotta, navigate the circumference of it all, make sure I take all the right twists and turns. But other than that, I don't think it poses any threat. But for the sole fact, I think it leaves you alone after you solve the maze. So all I gotta do is that. It'd be difficult, but nah, I'd win. Now, if I actually had to fight the fool, though, again, his jaw's out in the open. I can test it. Nah, I'd win. A troll, all you gotta do is solve a riddle at a bridge and he leaves you alone. If not, all you gotta do is hit a little Wingardium Leviosa, drop his own club on his head top, and he's done with it, right? So, but okay, I don't have a wand. What's a troll's natural? A bridge? I can pick up a loose rock, throw a couple of those things at his ass, huh? Maybe kick his leg out, leg stomp him. Maybe I work the leg kick. Right? Establish my jab, work the leg kick on some Alex Fajeda typeness. That could work. A frog. Ribbit. I'm not worried. I don't think I'm in any danger here. Okay? I don't think it's a damn ribbit frog. I could probably just and it's done. I don't care even if I'm fighting him on his habitat. I think I would absolutely demolish a frog. I love frogs. I'm not saying they're bad people. I'm just saying I don't think they would pose much of a threat. Hydra! Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing against the Hydra, okay? I don't think I have an answer, realistically speaking, for like this creature. Especially, I don't know if I can melee. There's only so many jaws I can crack, but the amount, like, I'd have to get into his interior and rip him, but I feel like I'm getting smited before I even get the chance to do that. I'm gonna have to put the Hydra and I get waxed, like brutally. Swordfish. I'm in the Great Blue Sea, because it's his domain expansion. You have to understand. So he has the sure hit ability. I've got scuba gear, I would assume. Or unless I got like a gillyweed from Harry Potter, keeping it up with the theme of Harry Potter. Listen, all I gotta do is dodge the first, I have to dodge the first, like, when he's coming at you like this, and trying to stab me. If I'm able to dodge it, grab him, it's over. What can he do from there? The question is, can I do that? How fast do they get? 50 to 60 miles an hour? No, I'm good. Yeah, I'm saying I'll probably lose on the off chance that I can win. And, guys, believe it or not, my one weakness in the animal kingdom is a fire ant. If I get jumped by a gang of fire ants and they just like bite me all over, I'm dead. I'm gonna have an allergic reaction. I'm gonna get covered up in hives. I remember there was one time when I was a child. Remember, I'm obese as a child. I got bit. I had hives all over my body, including my dick and my ass cheek. I had to go to the doctors. Then they take a big ass syringe and inject it into my booty cheeks. It felt a little perverted. I wasn't, I'm not gonna, go back on that and debate it, but it saved my life. Now, if the rules are, it's a one-on-one. I'm not getting jumped. And I have taken a fire ant bite since then. Just one though. And I was good. So I'm gonna say I'd absolutely demolish. I think I'd low diff. Unless whatever's venom it is that bad, because then I could have a problem. The human race. World's strongest streamer. I've got that dog in me. I have the indomitable human spirit. Also, I wanted to choose somebody who represented the human race as best we could. Like if we had one person that we could send to defend us, we'd probably send Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, would we not? So I chose him to represent the human race, humankind. Would I beat Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in a fight? And they're as crafty as me. They've got the intelligence factor. I want to say it's either nah, I'd win or I'd stand my base. Okay, I'll stand my base. Yo, G-Force, y'all think Gianni could win the runs with a sea urchin? Brother, low diff. All I gotta do is like grab it carefully. All I gotta do is like with finesse, and they're getting whacked. You might as well put them in I absolutely demolish as well. A goose! I would... They're so annoying, like duck, goose. They'd be running around trying to get away. The second I grab that fool, which I can, I would pick him up above my head in front of all of his goose family and tear his long ass neck from his body and drink the blood that pours forth from him. That'll teach the geese a thing or two from running from Gianni Galluzzi. Put that shit down. Bigfoot! You guys asked me, Bigfoot's pussy. He's hiding, he's nowhere to be found, and that signals to me that he's got a weakness that he doesn't want the human race to know about. Maybe he's got a glass jaw. Maybe he hasn't worked his grappling as much as maybe he should have. Maybe he doesn't know how to kickbox. He hasn't worked the stand-up game. He doesn't know how to string together combinations. That's where I gain the advantage, because I'm a master of those arts. I'm the world's strongest streamer, for God's sake. I could definitely put a thing or two together to wax this fool. So you know what I'm gonna say? Unless he's got a secret weapon that we don't know about, I'm gonna say, nah, I'd win. Llama. The amount of llamas that I've packed up already as a child, I've meleeed llamas myself before. I've done this. This shit ain't new to me. And I realistically don't see, guys, do llamas have any sort of defense? Besides like having a long ass neck? That's a weak point I can exploit. I'm pretty sure I absolutely demolish one. Llamas spit? So their final Gets Like a 10 show is Hawk Tua. Yeah, okay, I'm rinsing that fool. Tripod fish! You guys would automatically assume, again, I'd absolutely demolish that fool. And you would be right, I would. But there is the X factor. A tripod fish's life is so cruel, so volatile in nature, that you cannot underestimate someone who is endured through all of that thing. So, for that very reason, I'm going to have to put him in Nah, I'd win, because there is the X factor of like, okay, what does that indomitable spirit of a fish really do? But I'm pretty sure I'd make quick work of that fool. What is this, a boar? Dude, a boar took down Robert Baratheon. You can't underestimate a boar. Bro, if it took down Robert Baratheon, even if he was out of his prime, okay, I'm gonna say, normally I would say I get waxed, but I'll say because maybe he was out of his prime, somebody who's in shape, 6'3", 200 pounds of purely muscle, I could win that. So, but he did take down the king of the 7 kingdoms, right? You versus 3 grizzly bears, who's winning that? Pray for the grizzly bears. Wasp, I'd absolutely demolish. King Kong, yeah, I get waxed. He's climbed the damn Empire State Building. I don't have an answer for that. An octopus. Okay, I'm in the water. They see me. What are they doing? They're gonna try to like tentacle me, right? They're gonna. Do I have an answer? Yes. Grab this shit. But then he's got like 6 more. Ooh. Can I knock him out? Can I knock him out in time? Can I generate enough force through the water to knock his bitch ass out? And how sturdy are his octopus limbs? Can I rip them all off and then he's just a damn head? Just rip its head open? Yeah, I could just squeeze that motherfucker. I could just fucking squeeze them. So yeah, you know what? Nah, I'd win. Unless the tentacles prove to be a bigger threat than I, know of. Mermaids! It depends on the mermaid, right? It depends on the mermaid. Like, again, Harry Potter. There's a lot of creatures from there. If it's the mermaids from Harry Potter and their chub sheet, knock that fool out. I'm not worried. Again, because they don't have weaponry too. It's mano-y-mano. I can put them in a rear naked choke. I'm winning that. Yeah, some of them will kill you, not me. Yeah, like, see, if this one pulls up on me in the water, I'm good. I'm just, that's all she wrote, right? That's all she wrote. I'd get whacked. So it depends on the mermaids. So I'm going to say it's 50-50, okay? It's a 50-50. I feel so bad for polar bears because they're starting to go extinct. Yeah, because they're dicks. Oh shit, I'm fighting one. Yeah, I get waxed. I hear they're vile creatures, and there's something sadistic about it being white because it almost like wants to see its, like, your blood strewn all over it so it can go into the Arctic waters and then shake it off in front of fine shite polar bear. I hear they're vicious. I hear, they have a flee on sight order. I don't know what to do. I really don't. I'm probably getting slimed out by a damn polar bear, I'll be honest. Chicken! Demolish. Kangaroo! Yeah, they might be able to kick you. Have we tested their grappling, though? Have we tested their grappling? That's where I gain the advantage. Nah, I'd win, unless that kick is lethal. You're dead? I disagree. Kangaroo has the force to crack your ribs? That's only if I let it. Remember the video where the one guy held the kangaroo back? That's a great point. Guys, look at this. You don't think I can just crack its jaw? You don't think I can just crack this fool's jaw? He's leaving it in front of you to use. Look, he can't even reach. He can't even reach. And we don't even have confirmed height of this guy. He might not even be 6'3". You've got to have a supreme physical ability to test me. Whether that's size or reach. Koala. I don't give a shit how cute it is. I would demolish it. If it's my life on the line. Adult kangaroo is taller than 6 feet. I can work the body. I've fought bigger. Fun fact, koalas have smooth brains. Oh, so it's like double cooked. Dragon. A dragon. Again, I don't want to hear this narrative that I'm instantly getting slimed out by a dragon. Guys, what you have to understand is that I took on Bale the Dread, level 1, no scouting tree fragments, and 1 no-hit. I took on Dragon Lord Placidusax, level 1, in nothing but a loincloth, won that. No hit. I have experience. I know what they offer. They stop, they breathe fire. I've seen it all before. All I gotta do is hit one of these. I'd probably fucking lose though, I'll be honest. Panda! Guys, I've sized a panda up in person before. I went to the San Diego Zoo. I saw a panda before me. They're lazy, they're fat, they're obese, they're not quick. Kung Fu Panda would have you believe that they're the dragon warrior. They're not. I respect their presence. There's a certain majesty to them. But as far as a combat scenario, what are they gonna do? Sit on me? Even pandas cry, I'd make them cry badly. I think I'd absolutely demolish a panda. Unicorn! That thing is lethal on their head top. And they might be able to hit me. But I believe they're too pussy in nature. Like, they just don't have that killer instinct within them to actually execute whenever it's like their life on the line and they must win a 1v1 deathmatch scenario. And for that reason, I'd probably get the better of the unicorn because I could just get on its back, hit him in a rear naked choke, and it'd probably tap out. Honestly, it might even go to sleep because no, it's pussy. It'd tap out. You versus Rocky Balboa in his prime, pray for Rocky Balboa. I'd probably absolutely demolish. On the off chance that it's a locked in unicorn, I'll put it in 9, I'd win. Great white shark. How true is like punching the great white shark in the nose and it leaves you the fuck alone? Because if so, I knock it out in 5 seconds. Does a shark leave you alone if you punch it? Yes, punching a shark can cause you to leave, or it can cause it to leave you alone. But to my understanding, all these animals understand the stakes of the whole thing. So it's like they know that it's a death match. Guys, I hit fucking hard. You have to understand that. I bench 325. I hit hard. I could muster up the force even if I'm aquatic with it. Listen, I think I could crack it. I can crack its jaw. I think, but in the aquatic scenario, if it's coming at me mouth open, can I weave? I'm not certain. I think I'd probably lose that. But I got a puncher's chance. Guys, do I not? Saying Gianni Galluzzi does not have a puncher's chance would be a fool's statement. A fox, they're pussy. Like sly fox, don't they try to some form of trickery? Then they try some form of trickery. You think you're gonna get a one-up on Gianni Galluzzi, world's strongest and also smartest streamer? I'm pretty sure the horde on narwhals are actually 2. Speaking of narwhals, we've got one right here. A narwhal. They're out of shape. I don't know their speed. They're probably not quick though. But they got a big ass weapon. But I feel like it's too brutish. It's too long. It's too easily avoidable. I could weave it, even if I'm having to swim. You know what I'll do? I'd grab the narwhal's horn, snap that bitch off, and stab it with it. That's the fuck I'd do. I could do it. Wildebeest. I don't know if they offer anything too crazy. Maybe if they get riled up, they could cause me a little trouble, but would I lose? No, I'd win. Stingray. Okay, now stingrays have taken out the likes of the... Bozy Ghost, thank you for the follow, I appreciate you. Stingrays. I'm gonna preface this. I understand the greatest animal expert of all time fell to one of these things, so I don't want to disrespect. But what I will say is, if I had to fight a stingray, I'd go into it with the mentality of spinning the block for bro. And with that amp, I don't think I would lose. I don't care if it's whipping its tail. If I'm spinning for Steve Irwin, if I take on the hope of humanity that one day Steve Irwin's death would be avenged, and I put that into my fish and ram it into a stingray, I'd win that. For that reason, I'd absolutely demolish a stingray. Alright, shimp! Guys, they took over a damn country. You know, they took over the world. It is the planet of the apes. It's not the damn country. It's not the city. It's not the block. It's the damn planet. And especially if you got this fool. And bro, I hear that whenever they're like fired up, they're like ripping off dicks and shit. Like they'll rip off your fingers. They'll rip off your hands. But me bloodlusted. Could I knock that fool out? Could he? But like, what does ripping off a face do to a human being? Does it fire them up, or are they cooked pretty much? Check how much muscle a bald chimp has. I'm probably leaner and more aesthetic though. Bald chimp muscles. Oh my god, dude, that's the damn Brachiosaurus Rex. Oh, look at the shoulder. Look at the deltoid separation. He hits forearms too. Nah, I'm cooked. I'm not gonna lie. Oh yeah, on the all chance I'm able to knock him out, but I'd probably lose. Oh, I didn't put narwhal. Narwhal, I'm pretty sure now I'd win, unless it stabs me, but I don't think so. Crow. This is not a crow deployed from Itachi Uchiha, right? It's just a damn crow. For that reason, I absolutely demolish. Pig. I don't care if it's like a smart animal. It's a damn pig. He's got no fucking class. And anybody who's got no class, I would absolutely demolish. Jormungandr. Okay, guys, if you don't know who Jormungandr is, it's a damn world serpent from Norse mythology. Guys, I would say I have demigod-like power on account of the fact that I bench 225 per reps, but I don't know if I wield the power of the god of thunder himself, Thor, which is the one who fought Jormungandr to a standstill. For that reason, I might be a little bit out my depths. I get waxed. Velociraptors. Bro, they got... But can I do this, though? Look at this, bro. Can I hit one of these bitches, right? Can I hit one of these? Can I hit one of these? Probably not. I didn't grow up with them since birth. So, yeah, they'd probably slime me. And they always roll up with gang. Even if it's a one-on-one, they'd find a way for gang to pull up on you. T-Rex! Can I work the body? Because it can't melee me, but, like, if I'm under it, right? If I'm under it. He'd probably get my ass, I don't know. Okay, it sticks its chin out, and it's not as vicious as the Indominus Rex. I think I'd probably lose, but I'd have a chance. Lobster. The amount of lobsters I've eaten, they'd probably smell their brethren on my breath, and automatically I'm hitting them with like the fear factor, stun factor. I got them paralyzed with my sheer presence. I would absolutely demolish a lobster and also eat it in front of its family. Elephant! Can I grab its trunk? If realistically, if I grab hold of the trunk, what's it doing? Probably nothing. And I can climb up to it. Can I bludgeon? Can I melee an elephant? I'd probably lose. Unless it would pose not much of a threat enough. An elephant doesn't feel pain. It hasn't fought Gianni Galluzzi yet. A hyena! Again, these are masters of rage bait and they don't pose much of a threat other than that. They just go, guess what? I can do that too. I can outrage bait them. I'd absolutely demolish these fools. And they're built on running with gang. Like, if they can't jump me, they're useless. Squirrels, I'd shove a corn down its throat, it'd do nothing. Werewolf. Okay, Sigma. You can play that game. I am a Sigma as well. Oh! However, if they actually turn into a wolf, they probably have power that I don't got. I'm getting slimed up. Listen, it depends on what like my inner Sigma could bring out upon a full moon. Like, does that give me an amp? I'd probably lose. Other than that, I don't know. Cows. I like their milk. They got great milk. I like it. Calories, not the greatest. Bro, there's literally a profession called cow tipping. If I just push it, it's already useless. I could bludgeon it from there on. That's a melee. I say I'll absolutely demolish a damn cow. Pelican. They don't even have a sharp beak. What are they gonna do? Drop water on me? I'd absolutely demolish. Komodo dragon. How big are these fools? Guys, what's your How big is he? 6'3"? 200 pounds of pure lean muscle? They're poisonous? They have venom? So all you're saying is I need some sort of symbiote. Oh my god, and he's freaky too. He's a freak too. And they practice their jujitsu? Oh, I'm cooked. God. I don't have a chance. What is this? I think this is a chipmunk? Alvin and the Chipmunks. I've watched all of them. I know. I've studied their game. They know nothing of humans. I'd win. What is this? A goat? Guys, realistically, whenever I stream, do you only hear? What do they pose? Do they just bash? They fucking bash. I could bash harder. I could fucking bash. I could bash harder. I really could. If it's a test of endurance of who's gonna fold first, I'd absolutely demolish. I'd win, actually. It depends on how hard they bash. Bees. Again, I've watched the bee movie. What the fuck? I've watched the bee movie. I've studied film. I know everything there is to know about bees. I drank in their honey. They'd probably like be thrown off by my presence. I'd absolutely demolish. A horse. Between a king and a horse, what's the difference? If their form, ability, and power are exactly the same, what is the characteristic that distinguishes these two beings? There's only one answer. Soda Slushy, thank you for the follow. Instinct! The horse doesn't have the instinct that I possess. I don't care if it kicks. I kick harder. It is not trained in the art of Muay Thai. I have. I'd absolutely demolish a horse. 1K if a horse kills you? Okay, maybe you. You did not mention Gianni Galluzzi. A giraffe. This is too easy. This is literally too easy. Its neck is a huge weak point. Like the amount of range I have for a rear naked choke. Also, I could do like the little AT-AT situation. If I find some sort of rope, I could do a little AT-AT, tug it down. Timber! I win. You can't reach them? I could climb a giraffe. I could easily climb a giraffe. Again, Even if we're fighting to the death, I could easily find a way to crawl up it. I would absolutely demolish a giraffe. A tiger. Guys, I'm hearing that they have like the real claim to the throne as far as the king of the jungle is concerned. For that reason, I'd probably get waxed. If a lion waxes me, I don't, I don't really have an answer for that. Okay, a tortoise. They hit you with this thing of, yo, the tortoise beats the hare. Brother, this ain't a fairy tale. This is real life. And I don't care what fairy tale you in, it ain't gonna save you from these two hands right here. Okay? A tortoise ain't doing shit to me. I'd demolish that fool. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? He doesn't have the speed. He doesn't have the size. He doesn't have the reach. Is it a snapping turtle? I don't care what it is. If it snaps, I'll snap. I snap back. Period. A bobcat again? I accidentally put some twice. Whatever. Camel. Again, same situation. I could probably just tip it. Yo, so you're the resident Egyptian. How do I fare against a camel? Could I just tip over a camel and make quick word of it? Just gumble, get it. If so, I'd win. Depends. All right, so I stand at my base. Monkey. These aren't as lethal as apes. I feel like even if they get a little bit crazy, I could get a little bit crazy too. No, I'd win. Is this just like a damn cat? I think this is just like a house cat. Guys, I don't know about you, but I've never been in fear for my life anytime I've gone over to somebody's household and seen a cat. I feel like I'd absolutely demolish that. I will say, sometimes like they aura form on you a little bit, and like they release hockey, and will hit you with a... I'm like, whoa. No, I'll put my set up. But if it really got... If the push came to shove, I'd... knock it out. A Cane Corso. Oh, okay. This is like the dog final boss. Like, he's the spokesperson of dogs. Bro, if you have him there, he's sitting... Your house is pretty much safe. I don't see you. I can knock this fool out. Guys, you have to understand. It's like, what's a dog gonna do? They're gonna bite you. They're gonna try to, like, rip shit off. They're gonna, like, it's gonna hurt, yes. But, like, it depends on, can I get something off? Can I get a meaningful attack off before they, like, hit me with a lethal strike? I think it's a 50-50. I think it's up in the air. Cerberus! Guys, not the score streak from Call of Duty Black Ops 3. This is a Cerberus. It's the guardian of the underworld. But they are weak to music. And I have a lovely voice. Gold, always believe in your soul. Come on, if I just sing in a good melody, I feel like I'd absolutely demolish it. And then I could just bludgeon it while asleep. Come on now, that's absolutely demolish it. Gianni beats all. Yeah, guys, again, this is like, I'm going easy. I'm base form. Rhino! They can hit you with an honest to God charge. I think that's a 50-50. They're durable as shit, though. They're durable, huh? I'd probably lose. Crocodile! I know, like, they're known for this crocodile, or no, it's like an alligator. Whatever. Alligator roll, whatever it may be. I don't really care. I roll 2. And it's gonna bite you, but if I grab it and I'm sitting vertical, nah, I'd win. It might be a little hard. Orca, if I'm in water and in their domain expansion and I'm face to face with an orca, yeah, I'm getting waxed. Golden Retriever, they're softer than Danny. They're softer than baby shit. I'm absolutely demolishing that fool. Spider. I literally suited up as Spidey the other day. Hippo. Dude, the way people talk about hippos is like, you're the devil. If you locked in against a hippo, you are cooked, my friend. People don't understand. They always want to talk about, like, if you know, like, what a hippo does, you got some sort of ball knowledge, you got the one up on somebody because you know something they don't. But I'm told from lore, they do some damage. So I'd probably get waxed by them. Hippos have the strongest jaw force in the world. Yeah, that's the type of thing that I'm talking about. Cthulhu! Guys, I know I'm a 4th dimensional being on account of the fact that I benched 225 for repetitions and I'm 6'3". Did I mention I'm 6'3"? But I hear this guy's like an 11D being. His power is like on a scale of multiversal threats. He's like faster than light. He has like irrelevant speed. I'm getting waxed, like metaphorically, metaphysically, hypothetically, intentionally, expeditiously. I don't know what I'm doing. Loch Ness Monster. Again, it's one of those things where it's like it's hiding. It's pussy. And for that reason, that's something that I can exploit. If I'm fighting it in water, though, it's got nothing to hide from. I'm going to say 50-50 because I am having to fight it in water, and that might, like, boost its, so it's not, like, scared or whatnot. But on account of the fact that it is a little bit, it plays a little bit scared, I could exploit that. For that reason, I stand my base. The Megalodon! Guys, as a child, I swore I was gonna find the megalodon. The second I like heard tale of it, I swore I was gonna be able to find the megalodon. I didn't have any means to. I didn't know where I was gonna start, but I saw that it was real, and if it existed out there, I was gonna go and find it. But it's a motherfucker. I would need equipment. I would need armor. It's a beast worthy of a man dedicating their life to. For that reason, I get waxed if it's just mono-y-mono. Mouse, I stomp. Seahorse, I stomp. Sea turtles! Guys, tell me this. Did you feel threatened when this guy was on screen? I personally didn't. I did not feel as though I was in danger. If I had to fight, what was he gonna do? Bitch slap me? Okay, I could ram his face in with a furious punch. Again, I'm not scared of a sea turtle. They got the armory, so maybe I might give him a boost for only so much time, but I'd win. The Kraken. There was something awe-inspiring about this thing. Like, when I saw this Kraken from Pirates of the Caribbean, like, and I saw the devious things it did to a ship, not even my goat, Captain Jack Sparrow, could beat it in a one-on-one fight with, like, a sword, flintlock, his trusty hat. I'm cooked. A bull. Bullfighting is a thing. And if people have defeated a bull in one-on-one combat, who are you to say that Gianni Galluzzi could not? Nah, I'd win. Sloth. Slow. I speed blitz a sloth. I'd absolutely demolish a sloth. Silverback gorilla. Now, guys, let me tell you something. A silverback gorilla versus Gianni Galluzzi would be a battle for the ages. If that was filmed and like for a pay-per-view matchup, streamed live to like every single person who exists on planet Earth, it would be the best form of entertainment the world has ever seen. Now, I would stand my base. I really would. I would hang in there like the dog I am. They are powerful. But they're 5'4" or like 5'7". What's the average height of a gorilla? 4 to 5 feet, brother. Come on, I'm 6'3". Listen, it depends on how hard they punch. Do you see how much they weigh in their muscles? Did you see how much I weigh in my muscles? 200 pounds of pure lean muscle. Listen, I'm gonna say it's a 50-50. I'm gonna say it's a toss-up. I say it's whoever pulls up more ferocious on any given day. Goblin! They don't have knives. They're just like a shitty human. Unless like they know some sort of trickery that I don't, I'm pretty sure I'd absolutely demolish. Orangutan. It's just a lazy gorilla. And I don't even know if they get fired up enough to fight. And for that reason, if it's a 50-50 with a gorilla, I'm going to absolutely demolish an orangutan. An alien, bro, due to their composition, unless they have some sort of like higher plane of metaphysical thinking, that they could like do some telekinesis type thing, no weapons involved. Again, they just have a shittier composition than a human. I'd absolutely demolish them. Praying mantis. I understand he was on the Furious 5. I get that. He doesn't pose a threat. It's a bug. I'd absolutely demolish. Seal! Get the fuck out of here. Even in its domain expansion of like on those rocks of like the aquariums, I don't know what it does. What's it gonna do? Slap me? I knock its ass out! Okay, then wolf. The final battle. Sigma v Sigma. Who wins in a fight? I think to say any given Sigma wins on any given day would be a foolish endeavor. I think it's a fight you'd have to see. For that reason, I'd stand my base and my God, it'd be a glorious fight. So baby, now you feel like